In this video, I'm going to show you how to collect data from your Airfoil sim. So you probably already have this thing open. You're going to click on Data Table, and we're going to open up a blank data table. Go to File, make a copy, and you can name this. You can place this in your folder. And now let's go to the sim. So I'm going to take the sim and I'm going to click this tab. I'm going to click it again and move it. And I'm going to put it over on the left-hand side here. And I'm going to put the data table on the right-hand side. That'll make it a lot easier for me to actually be able to paste data in here. I'm zooming out of this window a little bit so we can see it better. I want to click reset just in case you've moved some of these things around a little bit. And we're going to look at symmetric first. So if I click symmetric, you'll notice that it changed the thickness just a little bit. So make sure that you do choose the symmetric one. Go at an angle of -20. And I'm just going to highlight this, Control C to copy, Control V to paste. Highlight drag, Control C to copy, Control V to paste, and highlight lift to drag ratio and do the same thing. Then we flip it up to 15 degrees. There's not an easy way to get to those angles. You just have to brute force that. So we're going to copy and paste all this data into here. And then once we've had all that copied and pasted in there, then I'm going to hit reset and I'm going to do the same thing for flat bottom. So then I click on flat bottom right here, drop it down to -20 and do the exact same thing. Once I've done that, then I do the same thing for high camber. Once you have all of that data in here, you can see we have lift for each of these three planes. We're going to graph the lift for all of them versus angle of attack. So we can compare the lift of each one. So you can see I'm only selecting the lift values. I'm Control C, copy, Control V, pasting them in there. And now I can graph all of the lift of these all at once. You do the same thing for drag and lift to drag. And to graph this, if I click on this cell and I highlight the whole thing, then I can go to Insert Chart and boom, there I go. I have my chart. I don't need to edit anything. It's all perfect. So once I've graphed all three of these things, I'm going to move this one up and I'll graph the other two. Then I can do Control C. Let me click the graph, Control C to copy it, and then I can paste it in a new Google Doc. So if I go down to the instructions, it says after you finish graphing all three, paste them into a blank Google Doc. So make sure you make a new blank Google Doc. All three graphs should be sized to fit on one page. And then look at your lift, drag, and lift to drag ratio values for each type. Under the graphs, answer the following question. Which aircraft would you want a high camber? So just a quick tip on this, as you're looking at these, you can see that my high camber aircraft, the yellow one here, has a lot of lift, even at 0-degree angle of attack. In fact, it has lift all the way down here at a negative, and it has a huge lift. But then as you start looking at the drag values and lift to drag ratio, then you may see that there is a downside to the high camber airfoil. So you can talk about those in that conclusion. You will go to a brand new document and paste that in there. Make sure they all fit in here, and also make sure that you put your name, Mr. Graphy Graph, on this, whatever your name is, so that when I print it out, we know exactly who to give it to. Shrink these down so all three graphs and your conclusion question will fit on this page, and then you'll continue following the instructions, and it tells you where to paste a link for that so that I can print them out, and then you can cut them and tape them into your engineering notebook.